Well, I mean, it's an honour, to be perfectly honest. And to be alongside you two lovely gentlemen, I've got to say, it's an absolute dream debut. But no, I'm really, really excited, I've got to say. And the talent that we've got here is stunning. The teams, I cannot wait.
Experience well above his years, that's safe to say. Rain gonna find there, though. Another youngster, this time dropped to the hands of the experience of Rain, the Norwegian. Brilliant shot from him. That opens up the proceedings. Opening kill. Man advantage in favour of the T-side of FaZe, and Twist will add one more. The IGL of Carrigan steps up for yet a piece of the pie, but this time he makes it a double. I want that ticket towards Rio. They're so close with it as well. It's about kind of keeping Sprout at bay here with a much better firepower and a great amount of mid-control coming through. A perfect start. Good swing for Rops, he makes it a double. Refresh and Slacks are sat down. A bit of a waterfall coming out of heaven coming through. At the very least, it should guarantee a bomb going down unless Cypher has other ideas. If he can find one to buy some time. Bearman's only 25 seconds, but it won't be the case. Rain makes it yet one more.
And you know what they say, right? Diamonds are made under pressure. Now's the opportunity. There's one chance left for them to stay in this. A loss and they're gone. And if he brings that level of confidence, that's what we hope for him. He looked a little bit shaky yesterday. And of course, he looked to the other youngsters there potentially to kind of try and bolster him up a bit. And I think Berry is another one who, if you're looking at volume, if you're looking at experience too, he needs to try and find the best out of these young guys. And I like the confidence he brings to the interview, and now it's time to show it in the server.
You need your vitality water. Vitality water. Fuel your comeback.
Now the attack inside the Viper's pit will come on a line. This is a great flank as they line up. That's brilliant. Mary finds three once again, and what a way to do it.
Really not looking great. Ollie, I think he knows the bar is low, and he was just having a little peek in. What can he find? Ultimate online. Good for the first 2, 3 for Ollie, 4 and 5. All 5 from Ollie. What is that? We spoke about the aggression. We spoke about what he can do as a duelist, and he steps up to the plate. He's in dismay. MP has no idea what's just happened, and neither do we. Brainstorm, brilliant in response though. This is causing problems, and even if it doesn't find a round, if it makes it expensive, there's a silver lining to be found there. Oh, double dash coming in. Uplift will come through. Finds yet one more. I think Sereno is the fall. Miss Lair needs to be careful. She's here just round the corner. Slow denies her ability to swing. Makes it all the more uncomfortable. The Brainstorm finding more. 4! No way, Sora! Just one more to find the classic pulled out. A free pistol. And we'll get the upgrade. Can he find the ace? Of course he can. Sora, what is that round?
Yeah, I agree. When you look towards, Destructive individually, you look towards kind of your duelists as the space creators, but Destructive is a space manipulator. He's very, very good at using those gaps in behind the defense, or if he's in the other side, in behind the attack, to really cause a lot of problems. And that's what you saw. He was this sort of unknown identity that caused a lot of problems and was very, very difficult to shut down. And because of that, he allowed the duelists to do what they do best. Go kill.
And you've got to take into account as well, this guy, a couple of months ago, he was a rifler, through and through, all in out. All he picked was an AK-47 and the M4A1S, and now he's been gifted the big green, he's been gifted the AWP, and he had a really good performance. I mean, he's solid with it. We kind of spoke about whether we were curious he's going to be passive in his nature, and he wasn't. And the aggro AWPing, the shotgun AWPing style that we brought out from him, that caused a lot of problems entirely. They couldn't counter that sort of aggression when they couldn't predict where he was going to be, and he was so adaptable on the fly, which was what made him so scary. How can you predict and counter an enemy who's all over the place?
The legend of Latvia stepping up once again. We saw him do it early in the first half, and once further, Brokey has tooth and nail dragged this side to success, and what a individual brilliant performance that is. We'll take another look. I mean, to isolate the fights is something, but Brokey, lightning fast. This is unbelievable. Slacks, try as you might. Brokey will step forth for a monster play there for himself.
We like to say it. It's destructive in the name, destructive in the game, right? And he had a very, very good performance, I have to say. Individually, he stood out, and he was kind of a shining light in a quite dark situation a lot of the times. Akimbo, you mentioned his name. He's always one of those names you want to throw in there as someone who can really step up, and we were kind of talking about it. He did have a very decent step up when they needed him, especially.
I'm just really hoping now with Angry Titans, with their backs against the wall, I hope this sort of survival instinct kicks in, the do or die, the fight or flight kicks in for this side, because they know this is their last opportunity. They're here to survive. They need to now thrive. And they're looking in towards a map like Fracture, their pick. I think it can work in their favor, but it's about longevity and it's about consistency.
And it's Ancient. I mean, Sprout have proved themselves as being one of the better sides on Ancient in Tier 2 for a long time now. It's one of their most picked maps, one of their favorite maps, 60% win rate in the last 3 months. Where you look towards FTW, last 3 months, 0% win rate. Played 4 times and got demolished all 4 times. So
coming into it, it's insane to think that there's even a chance for FEW. And credit to them. I mean, what a performance. A couple of standout players, and generally speaking, a completely different side. Yeah, no, I agree. I think there's kind of two scenarios again for this. If you look towards the major, the recent one, Forza, young roster, right? They gave too much respect to Imperial. They kind of, I think they were a little bit starstruck, and they allowed Imperial to play their game a little bit too much, and they took them down, right? But then you look towards Pain, who, these are their heroes. I mean, the guys they grew up watching, they didn't respect them at all. They didn't even allow them to scratch the surface of their playstyle. That's what you got to do. They've got to stick to their comforts rather than trying to counter-strat. Yeah, and there was two sides to that story as well. I think Dexter, as you mentioned, he was complacent at times. He was kind of pushing when he didn't really need to, getting very overly aggressive. And then there was the other side. Wings Up were equally, if not more aggressive, and he couldn't read it. We saw a couple of times where he was trying to go aggressive in towards B-Apps, for example, trying to push with the AWP, and he would get picked off by Lamb because Lamb was there quicker. He wasn't expecting that sort of aggression. He was expecting to be given all of this space, and about that time and time again, he was beaten to the mark. I don't think he really expected it. I think that's a case of him coming in too overconfident and not really respecting his opponents the way he probably should have. I mean, when you think about the entire context, 16-1 on their map pick, then they go into Sprouts, one of their favorite maps, that of Ancient, turn it around, and then we go to Vertigo, and again, on paper, it looks like it only should go one way, but if you talk about resilience, guts, perseverance, that is a prime example from FTW, and I gotta hold my hands up. I counted them out completely, the entire series, even the final map, and they turned things on. I'm so impressed.